This is episode 12 of 5 Minutes of Crypto. Alright guys, welcome back to today's episode, and for those of you that are new that are just joining us, basically the aim of this show is to provide you the latest cryptocurrency news, the top cryptocurrency news in as quick time as possible, usually under 5 minutes. Alright guys, so let's start off right away by taking a quick analysis of the top cryptocurrency prices. We'll start off with Bitcoin right here. And Bitcoin is currently sitting at $5,291 and it's up 87.87% on the day. So basically we can see on the 7-day graph here on the right that the price is still continuing this uptrend, and I feel like if we break $5,300, like I said last week when we broke it, that we will see a quick uptick in the price because that's where the resistance is sitting at. Unfortunately, last week when we crossed 5,300, it jumped to 5,400 but quickly fell back down, which was basically showing that we didn't break the 5,300 resistance long enough. And I think if we do break this resistance, we're gonna go like have a quick burst to $6,000. All right, so other than that, Ethereum is actually up big today. It's up 3.14% on the day, and it's up to $172.39. So that big jump here you can see on the 7-day chart here. It's that spike right here. Even though Ethereum was holding steady for the last few weeks, you can see, for the last week, it had a sudden burst, but Bitcoin was on the small uptrend that you can see in the pattern here. In the rest of the top 10, you can see that XRP, which is Ripple, is up the most. It's up 4.08% to a high of 33 cents, or rounded up to 34 cents here. All right, guys, so let's see what's making news in the cryptocurrency space. So I'll start off with this article here. And basically, it's an article by the Daily Hodl, and it says a Forbes contributor calls a Bitcoin burst to 10K. So right now, as I was saying, that when Bitcoin crossed 5,400, we'll probably hit 6K really fast, and then I think once we hit 6K, you'll start seeing that FOMO start, or last in December 2017 when Bitcoin crossed like 6 7K, and everyone was like, will it hit 10K, will it hit 10K? When it actually crossed that 10K price, that's when we saw that FOMO happen, where Bitcoin suddenly, like in under a week, went from 10K to almost 20K. And I think that like 10K is obviously a mental barrier. If we hit 10K, I feel like it's gonna cause a huge jump in the Bitcoin price. Alright guys, so let's read through this article. Basically, it says there's apparently a lot of China interest in crypto right now, with Tether selling at a premium. I think they're saying this because the yuan, which is or I think it's a Chinese yen. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they're showing that if there's a yuan dollar depreciation, so meaning that the dollar will out bid the yuan, then this is a good place for them to save their money or hedge their money against. So basically, but they're talking about Tether. So I don't know if money coming into Tether will actually impact the market of Bitcoin. But it says it remains as a good place to stash capital from short-term moves. All right, so in this article, they're saying Bitcoin is going to hit 10K, and then you guys know about this guy who predicted back in 2017 that Bitcoin, first he predicted that it would hit 500K, and then when he saw that, it crossed 5K in December, he's like, oh, it's gonna hit 20 by 2020, it's gonna hit $1 million. So, some people predicting 10K, some people predicting 60K. I've seen a ton of predictions this month, but the good news is that all these predictions, they've been saying that it's gonna hit an all-time high, or it's gonna start rising suddenly soon. So like everyone is saying the bottom is in, 3K was the bottom. Versus when you were reading articles like, let's say, a couple months back, everyone was like, oh no, we have a long way to go to fall. We have, until we hit 3K, we're not going to bottom out. Bitcoin needs to bottom out. But I can see this trend changing in the news now, in the media. You can see everyone is saying the bottom is done. The bottom is done. Bitcoin might be going higher now. So, I don't think 1 million is possible by 2020, but I can see, 50K or maybe 40K, something like that. So this article basically says John McAfee has been really bold when it comes to predicting the price of Bitcoin. And he said it'll be worth $1 million by the end of 2020, or he promised to do something that none of us probably want to see. You guys all know what that is. Um, So he said, based on his model, it's mathematically impossible that one Bitcoin will be less than $1 million by end of 2020. I don't know what his mathematical model is, but I highly doubt this. But I see it going to 50, 40, 50K. So we'll see if that happens. But you never know, right? FOMO is a crazy thing. What it caused in the tulip bubble or what it caused in the stock market bubble. When people FOMO, you can see how hard they FOMO. All right, anyways, so the rest of the article basically talks about, his model and why he was predicting that. And but they actually explained that, the Bitcoin price would have to jump nearly 20,000% to hit McAfee's target, and that's just over 2 years. So I'm not sure if that's even possible. And they also predicted that for this to happen, I think there was a prediction here. How many people would need to hold Bitcoin? I think it was like right here. So he will need billions of people buying into Bitcoin in the space of just over 2 years. Currently, only 3 million users or 7 million users are actually reported actively using Bitcoin. So that number would have to go from 7 million to 3 billion. So I don't think the users of Bitcoin will go from 7 million to 3 billion in just 2 years. It could go in 7 years, like this guy predicted, who is the CEO of Exapo and he's a director at PayPal. He said that it could go to 1 million in the next 7 to 10 years. So this one I believe in, but this article I don't. All right, guys, so that's all I have for today. If you guys like the news that I presented, please like and subscribe to my channel, and please give me a thumbs up and let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything specific, and I'll add it into tomorrow's episode.